A strange environmental phenomenon 22 years ago in the Kanazawa prefecture caused the land to split and protrude upwards, reaching unprecedented heights, creating the secluded area known as the Lost Ground. Kazuma is a young mercenary who lives in the Lost Ground, looking for any work he can find to sustain his livelihood within the harsh environment. He is one of the few people that are gifted with the Alter ability, which allows him to plaster his right arm and torso with a metallic alloy. When this mercenary encounters Holy, an order whose purpose is to suppress and capture what they call native Alter users, and one of the elite members of Holy, Ryuho, an epic rivalry begins. Starting with the positives, this show is fun as hell. A lot of really cool action, a lot of awesome powers, and if you're a fan of powers and action, this is going to be the anime for you. And it doesn't hold back. The fights in the show are really good. A lot of the powers are just unique. For starters, you got our main man who is just able to punch stuff, and he's got these 3 blades that he kind of uses as bullets to punch really hard, and that's kind of cool. I also like the ability where the lady's hair goes crazy and she turns shit into water. And my favorite power is Big Fucking Magnum. Holy shit, it's so cool. He summons a giant ass gun and it shoots out a giant ass bullet, and it's awesome. And the line he gives when he's about to shoot his gun is fucking priceless. Please watch this show in its dub. And speaking of the dub for the show is fantastic. You got Steve Bloom as Kazuma, and you got your man Crispin Freeman as Straight Fucking Kruger. And boy, Straight Fucking Kruger is my favorite character in this show, because sure, yeah, he's technically a bad guy, but that man has so much fucking charisma, and his Alter power is awesome, just going so fast, and he's got the Bret Hart glasses. Oh man, Straight Kruger is the man. Not only is the dub fantastic, but the OST for this show is fucking awesome. Reckless Fire will go down as one of the best anime openings of all time. It is so fire, it is so kick-ass, and I love listening to it every time I get the chance to. And I even have it on my phone to listen to it when I work out. It's such an amazing song, and I love it. And the background music's pretty good too. The animation for the most part is pretty good. This came out in 2001 and was animated by Studio Sunrise, people that brought you Inuyasha and Cowboy Bebop. And this show looks pretty good. The action looks fluid and it looks awesome, but some of the normal animation when characters are just going on about their day isn't the best looking, but I guess they do gotta save that budget for some awesome action. Now, I do have to move over to my negatives, and while this isn't a big, huge problem for me, it is something I do gotta bring up. The story for Skryed, while it's interesting and has some cool ideas, isn't really the greatest. A lot of the characters are very one-note and don't really change much outside of the first episode, and don't really develop that much. And also, this is pretty much just X-Men the anime, and while that's pretty cool, I would have liked a little bit more going on with this show. And the last few episodes when they introduce a new villain just sucks the fun out of the show, and I just wasn't a fan of it. Other than the story not being that great, this show is still a fun time. I would recommend checking this out if you just want to watch a cool action show and don't really care about plot or anything like that. This show has a ton of really cool action, a ton of really awesome powers, and some cool characters. Sure, yeah, they don't develop, but at least their characterization is there, and sometimes that's more important than the development of a character. If you want to check this show out, you can check it on Crunchyroll, and it's available on Blu-ray if you're a physical media junkie like me. Have you seen Skryed? Let me know down below on what you think. And also, I did a old video way back in the day with my buddy Miasma on Skryed, so it was really cool going back to the show and seeing if it still holds up, and yeah, in the fun department, it really does. It's a really fun show, and definitely check out that video with that me and Miasma did all those years ago. Big thanks to Miasma Senpai, Warp8, and Ash the Man for supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome.